All right.
Now, Matt.
We are almost on. Let me just check the feed on the side here. No one else has a confirmation here. I know we'll have a little bit of a lag here, so. Yeah, it still says starting soon on my end, but I think. I don't know. Do you guys have the live button in your top right?
Yep.
Okay. We just have to wait a couple more seconds to make sure this goes through. Oh, there we go. All right, we're patched into the website. All right. On. I think check the feed on the side here. No one else has a confirmation here. I know we'll have a little bit of a lag here, so.
Matt, you got dim. You're playing over there, Matt. You got dim it.
You guys have the live button.
Matt, you ready to start this?
Wait a couple more seconds to make sure this goes through. Do you? I see the be a part of the conversation. There we go. All right. We're patched into the website. All right. All right. Excellent. That's okay.
Matt, did you mute your YouTube link?
Yeah, Matt.
Your YouTube link. No.
Ready when you are, Matt. We're waiting for Matt here.
Okay. All right. Do I have? Hold on. I may have. Sorry. All right.
No, Matt.
Okay. There we go. Sorry. I had the video feed live on the website, so it was the
Anyway, start off.
talking to us. Okay. Excellent. So we're patched in. Welcome to MotoMeet number 2 for Moto Garage. You know, this is the second installment for the monthly public meeting for Moto Garage. Very excited to have you with us. Very excited to be able to broadcast live to the community and let you see what we're doing. You know, don't judge us on that slight technical difficulties there. But if you have or have not seen one of these meetings, it's essentially going to be kind of a recap of the progress we've made in the last month. It's going to be an introduction of who we are, and it's going to kind of see what our vision is, what this project's about, and so on. So without further ado, I want to introduce our team. I'm Matt Milford. Katie Weichart is right here to my left, and then you've got Lauren Hale over there.
Hello.
And then you got Mark with the headphones on.
Hey.
So that's the current development team. So what Moto Garage is we're developing a community motorcycle facility. It's going to be more than a repair shop. It's going to be a facility that the community gets involved in, runs, helps operate. A true community motorcycle garage, kind of part DIY. You know, you'll be able to bring in your motorcycle, work on it. But also, more than that, it's going to be kind of a social scene headquarters. And by doing that, and how we're going to get there is we're going to empower you, the community. So that's kind of what the project is. You know, we're developing it. It's been a couple months now, and we're going to be developing this for about another 8 months or so. If you go to our update page, you can see where our projects, you know, where we're going to acquire the facility, where we're going to start up. So we're in development right now. This is 2 months in. Next thing is how we're going to get you involved, the community. The first thing we're going to do is we have social media. We have Facebook, Twitter. You know, that's embedded in our update page. So when we send out an update, it kicks to Facebook and Twitter, where you can go on there and check it out, and you can see, you know, our updates, see our current progress. We've got a contact form, so you can shoot us an email directly. You know, if you've got questions you want answered, if you want help, or if you want to, you know, just have anything that you just want a direct answer to, it's a direct line to us. And then we also have a forum. We're hosting an embedded forum on our website, so if you sign up, you can participate there. We just started with that. We've got polls, we've got some discussions going, and it's a good way to interact with us. You know, let us get back to you as soon as we can. And the next thing is developer meetings. So if some people have pledged a certain amount, and if they get that certain amount, they can be a part of a developer meeting. It's kind of a pre-public meeting. It's the behind the scenes, so to speak, the design of Moto Garage, and it's more of the conceptual phase. this meeting is going to be conceptual on. This is the 80% meeting. So what we're showing you is what's going to be in Moto Garage. So stuff we're holding off the table is going to be announced later once we go through the financial legality, the feasibility, get all that stuff cleared out. Then also, balance everything we want there. How this meeting is going to work is hopefully in the future it'll be a little quicker and we'll start exactly at 7 o'clock. But what happens is when you go to our website, there's a be part of the conversation at the bottom left hand of your video feed. So if you click that, it allows you to connect with your Google account and you can ask us questions directly. And we've got a little questions tab here. So if you ask us questions, we'll answer them in real time. So we're going to recap what we've done, and then you can kind of have a chance to hear us vocalize why we did what we've done, this last month. You can see why the progress we've done, why we did it. You can ask questions. Maybe we didn't dive too far enough into detail on the website, and you want to ask more questions. This is a perfect time to ask. So that's how this is going to work. With that being said, I'd like to do some team introductions. My name's Matt Milford. Like I said before, I'm kind of the visionary in terms of how this is going to operate in terms of just the foundation of it. So I'm establishing the foundation of Moto Garage. This has been a dream of mine for about 5 years. 5 years ago I visited a hackerspace in Chicago, and what it is, it's a collaborative effort of people who put together a facility kind of as a co-op. And so that was the beginning phase of Moto Garage, and it's evolved to what you see now. So I'm going to be one of the primary financial backers. Big role in determining the framework and ideas and how it should operate. Katie Weichart is our legal insurance gal, so she'll just give a quick speaking of what she's going to do.
Sure. So hello. My primary responsibilities include handling legal aspects, insurance, accounting, and then also other business-related items.
Yes, correct. So Katie's got a big part in doing the the tax structure. We're filing our taxes for the first time. Moto Garage is the first year Moto Garage, so we've doing year-end tax preparations, things like that. So the stuff she does is kind of what keeps this operation moving. She's really a big part in the. If you're in the developer meeting and we've got a lot of ideas that we have to go through and figure out if it's even feasible, both in terms of do we have the right permits? Is this the right zone? Can we, in this specific zone, can we operate in this manner? So she's heading that up, which is a terrific asset. Mark, the gentleman with the headphones back there, is our AT gentleman. So he's going to give a quick spiel of what he's doing.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm kind of like the IT guy. So they ask me questions and I give them terrible answers. Right now, I'm helping with the website, and I'm not going to divulge too much further on it. In a meeting, I'll tell you about some of the software we're looking at using for bay reservation. Also, a couple months before the opening of the doors, we get affiliate acquisition. I'll be working on the networking of the bays, maybe some Wi-Fi, and then setting up the stations so that users can share their profile across two computers and have that kind of that same experience, regardless of what terminal they're on. So that's me, and I'm looking forward to the opening Moto Garage and helping out.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, and Mark's, what we're doing at this facility that's different than a typical facility is that we're having each bay is going to have computer access, and what that is going to entail is not only will you have a monitor with a computer, you'll be able to be on the network in a way that feels like you're at home. And the way we're going to accomplish that is have roaming profiles. So, for instance, if you're a member, you get your own login, personal login and password. And so if you go to Bay 6 on Tuesday, and then you go to Bay 2 on Wednesday the following week, it's going to feel the same. And that's part of how we're going to make it feel more of a home to you. With that being said, it looks like we have got our first question. Annabelle Roche, when do you guys plan on opening? It's a great question. It's a great question. We're looking at right now 2015 end of summer. So if you go to our update page, we've got a tentative schedule that we're updating, but I think we're going to be able to hit. It's kind of incorporated all the time we think we need to develop this, get the system, moving, so to speak, and operating in a way we want it to operate. So looking at July, August next year is when we plan on opening. that's our plan. Thank you, Annabelle, for hopping in here. So Mark's the IT web development guy. He's got a big part in seeing what you see when you go to the website. You know, a lot of this cool stuff we have. We've got an embedded forum. Took a long time. And how the website operates. You know, he's got a heavy hand in. So done a great job with that. Next up is Lauren back there. She is our marketing director. She'll give a little spiel on what she's doing here.
So obviously marketing director, I do all the branding and merchandising for the Motor Garage, and that includes hard goods, soft goods, print, apparel, basically anything that you could put a logo on for the Motor Garage. My major role is in determining social media relations, function, and medium. So basically keeping social media is so prevalent in this day and age that, you know, it all has to be centered and controlled and kept, and we want to make so like we're accessible and we're out there and we're not falling behind, and we don't want to be the type of company that posts all the time and then just posts 1 month. We want to be consistent, and we want to keep you guys updated as much as possible and give you as much information as we can. And, you know, if you ask for more, if you ask for less, whatever you want, we will accommodate it. So that's my biggest job. And then making, you know, events and different stuff, anything with the marketing aspect is all me.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, Lauren's got a, you know, she's the inverse of Katie, so to speak. She's kind of the social arm in Motor Garage. She's dealing with the branding. She's in the professional world. She works as, you know, in the marketing sector, and so she's got a, you know, excellent influence and ideas that she brings to the table in terms of, you know, how we're going to brand it, how we're going to move forward, and you know, social functions, social media. You know, how we're going to update you. You know, when you reach through Facebook or Twitter to us, typically she's the medium, so she'll get everything. She responds great. You know, she's a great response time, and she's got some awesome ideas. So she's a huge part in what we do in terms of connecting to you, the community. So we really appreciate that. So now we've got the introductions done. We've kind of explained what we're doing here, the intent, what we're designing. Now we're going to get kind of the meat of what we've done so far this month, and this is going to be kind of how this progresses month to month. We're going to kind of go through the meat, talk about what we've done the last month. This is an opportunity for you to kind of chime in, see if you have any questions about it. So with that being said, I'll start. I guess my major responsibility is the business development, and the hottest topic so far has been the location search. You know, we've had people, you know, the first question is this going to be near me? You know, and that makes sense. You know, if it's not near them, then it's hard to you know, get behind something that may be, you know, 100 miles from them. So what we've done is we've pushed our location search from the end of our operation, which we thought we were going to do, to the beginning. And by doing that, we've enabled you know, the community to kind of chip in and kind of say, you know, where they're at, where they want this to be, and that's been an awesome learning experience. So one of the ways we've done that is we've created a poll on our forum that's going to be open for the next probably 2 to 3, 4 months, and we've got, you know, you can go in there and you can vote on where you want Motor Garage to be. The leading contender right now is near west suburbs with 36%, and Chicago north side with 27%. So in a manner of you know, the greater good, I think the near west suburbs actually makes a lot of sense, right? You know, you've got people from downtown can come out, and then people from the outer edge of suburbs can come in. So it's a happy medium. So as of right now, that's where we're focusing our location search. The next couple months, we'll start putting up properties or kind of give you ideas of what we're looking at. We've also got suggestions on what we should be near. You know, and that's been a really great point. You know, one of the things that was mentioned to us was we should be near mass transit. You know, if you bring in a motorcycle and you don't finish it that day, you need a way to get home. And so one of the ways to do that would be to have it near a train stop, near a divvy stop, things like that. So that's also what we're looking at. If you go to the design page tab, we've got requirements we want. So, you know, it's X amount of square feet, you know, the building, what the building entails, the current HVAC system, what permits we have to hit, and then also what, you know, what we want to be around, and that's going to be a big part of where it's going to be located. The next thing is the Moto Club Constitution. So if you read number 7, update number 7, we went into the Moto Club Constitution, which is a very confusing thing to a lot of people in regards to it can be seen as, is it separate? Is it part of Moto Garage?
Hey Matt, before we get too far, we got one more question in the queue if you want to answer.
Oh, sure. Oh, when will the rates? Oh, Ride Chai hopping on. Hey, Ride Chai, how you doing? That's a great question. You know, the rates we're thinking we have two separate types of rates. So the initial idea was to have an hourly rate, a daily rate, a monthly rate of a bay, and that was the original idea. So you'd have a tier 1 bay, which would be a simple bay, and you have tier 2, tier 3, and they kind of up in complexity as you go up the tiers. So you'd have a fee based on the complexity of the tier and then also the time. So if you're going to be there daily, it'd be cheaper than if you just go for an hour in terms of cost per hour. So that's definitely going to be implemented. We're not 100% sure on what the cost is going to be. That's all determined on the facility cost, the utility costs. And once we get down to that, we'll kind of balance everything out. But one of the things we did find whenever we developed that idea or had that idea was that being on the clock and being timed on your work doesn't really coincide well with being a DIY mechanic. I don't know if if you're a DIY mechanic, I don't know about you guys, but I like spending my time. I like taking my time. I don't like being rushed, and I like it's a long process. You're doing a lot of things you've never done before, and the last thing you want really is to have a stopwatch, have some time use. So with that being said, we've actually developed what's really neat, and what I think is going to be a big hit is the membership option. So it's going to work. We've got 3 tiers of membership. So you've got, if you're more of a social, if you want the lower tier, tier 1 would be kind of a social tier. It's someone who's kind of more of the social scene and maybe just has a newer motorcycle and wants to do an oil change. They don't need much bay time. They may use a bay once or twice every 6 months, and then as you go up the tiers, it gets you get more and more bay time. So with monthly bay time, let's say tier 3, let's say that's the project mechanic tier. So let's say you want to rebuild a motorcycle. That tier will have the most amount of bay time, and it may include perks such as time rollover. So let's say you get X amount of hours 1 month. You may want to cost accordingly. The next thing is so that's how we're at right now. So that's where we're at with that. I know it's a work in progress, but we'll get to that when we get to development, and it's not going to be we'll see. We'll see definitely. So the next thing is the Constitution, and this kind of wraps into that. So the Constitution is a way to empower you, the community, in the facility. The Constitution is what's gonna give you that little power to kind of feel like you belong, and you can shape the direction of Moto Garage. So when you become a member, you automatically are in Moto Club, which they're kind of tiered, they're tied together. So the Moto Club Constitution is going to define how Moto Club operates within Moto Garage. So you're a member, you can vote, your voting power. The officers that will put in the Constitution will be part of let's say, an executive committee that'll meet with the owners of Moto Garage and discuss the direction together. There's going to be a balance of power, checks and balances. That's going to be kind of neat. We did draft the first Constitution. We hope that's going to kind of empower the community and promote a higher level of involvement, and a way to have elected members of the community have a sway on how Moto Garage operates. The current edition is on our forum. It's kind of neat. It's a little dry, but read through it. There's some interesting things about it. Make your comments. I think it'll be, that's going to be a work in progress for the next 3 to 4 months. According to our update, I think we have it the next 3, 4, 5 months, somewhere around there. So the next thing is our membership configuration. Touch base on that. We want 3 tiers. We know that not everyone's going to want to work on their bike all the time. Some people just want to dabble in it. Some people want to, go elbow deep and really have a good time with the project, tear it apart, rebuild it from the ground up. And so we want to provide tiers to allow each level of involvement. With that being said, that's the 2 biggest things in the business development section. And each month we'll update you in the location search. But that's the two bigger items. I'm going to switch to Lauren. She's got some fun news for us.
So in the events section, currently our next event that we will be attending is the Ride Shy event. So thank you, Ride Shy, for the question and the shout out on your website today, or on your Facebook page today. So if you guys are not familiar with Ride Shy, it's a digital medium to network with other riders throughout the suburbs and the city. The city of Chicago is huge, so this is extremely important because you can connect with people that you never thought possible, and you realize that you're not the only one that wants to do a ride on a Sunday morning or night or evening or, you know, Tuesday at 10 o'clock. There's always someone willing to do something. So it's the biggest and most active online motorcycle forum that we found, and Matt has searched a lot of forums. The website is irideshy.com, and they're also on all the other social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So the thing we're attending is their annual Christmas party, and it's December 23rd at 9:30 p.m. in Rosemont, Chicago, which is the northwest suburbs, I guess. And it's at Adobe Gilas. And so far they have 107, I just checked it, guests confirmed, and the local motorcycle shops and dealers will also be in attendance. We're happy to announce that the Motor Garage team will be donating a 230-piece Craftsman toolkit. I have been told that it's a DIY starter kit.
So absolutely.
All the DIY starters out there. I took a look at it myself and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But apparently, it's the best of the best. And so, Ride Shy is up to $38,000 in prizes so far. So it's going to be extremely fun. We're going to get to meet new people. We'll be rocking our Motor Garage black T-shirts. So you have to keep out a look. I'm pretty short, but I should wear heels. So you should be able to see me. The details of the event can be found on our calendar section of our website, and we've also attached their flyer to download so that you can, you know, not get anything can be confused. And their special is $2 tamales, which I think Matt is pretty excited about.
Pretty fun.
Also, I think for my section, I would just say, obviously, keep on the lookout for more swag being introduced. We have a lot of stuff up our sleeves. I'm kind of anxious to take pictures of all of it, but everyone's telling me we have to slow down, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll wait. We got really cool stuff, and we are continuously updating our Facebook and Twitter and soon to be Instagram, and the quickest way to know of an update is to like our Facebook page, because then you will see our cute little updates popping up on your mini feed, and Twitter page also. And we'll definitely have lots of pics up from the iRide Shy Facebook or Christmas event, so that should be fun. I'm trying to think. I think that's all for me, right, Matt? Do you have anything else we want to add?
No, that's great. Yeah, the Ride Shy Christmas party. You know, last year apparently they had 300+ people. Unfortunately, we didn't know about it. Yeah. So if you're listening to this and it's December 23rd and you've got nothing to do, you got to come out. You know, it looks like a great time. I think they've got $3,800 in raffle merchandise. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's incredible. You know, there's going to be a huge showing of the motorcycle community in Chicago. So it's going to be something we're super excited to see. We're going to have our moto. Hopefully, if Lauren, hopefully I'm not wrong, we'll have our T-shirts by then. So you'll be able to easily spot us.
I love making an entrance in the statement, so we definitely will have them.
Absolutely. So you'll be able to see us in our T-shirts. It'll be a lot of fun. So no, we're definitely looking forward to that. Oh, you know, we've got another question here. I hope we all like tequila. Yeah. I think that was a $2 20 ounces. I think that'll.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. No, we definitely look forward to it. Yeah. The question from Annabelle here is, will backers have more of a say in the facility search? And that's an excellent question. You know, the developers. So if you look at our pledge section, we've developed a pledge backer kind of reward section. You know, we're not funding MotoGarage. MotoGarage, we're using our funding to build and launch this. You know, any additional funding will enable us to, let's say, have another bay or have, you know, higher, you know, operational capacity from the start. It has no hindering on whether we open or not. But with that being said, if you do back us, there are rewards. And one of the rewards, I think at the developer level, 250 or whatever it is, you get to come to the developer roundtable discussions. And that's where you'll sit with us. We'll have meetings with you, with the development team directly, and we'll discuss stuff pre-launch, pre-meeting, pre-public meeting. But any backer, I think I can't remember what level, we actually have a kind of a separate section on the forum. So there's a section of the forum for backers who contribute to a certain amount, and they'll have a little more sway in where we should place this. The ultimate sway is where the community wants it, but if we have vested members of the community who are on board, who really want to push this and want to see it in a certain location, that stuff's going to have a little more sway. Absolutely. So no, thank you, Annabelle, for that question. The next item up for discussion is Mr. Mark, our IT gentleman back there.
Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, yeah, I could go on and on about some of the different systems we're going to implement and some of the neat things that we're going to do, but my goal today, and for this meeting specifically, is to talk about Super SaaS and what we're currently looking at for our bay reservation software. The idea behind this is, with our webpage and our forum, our Facebook page, etc., to have, from the very get-go, to have a very accessible Moto Garage medium where you feel like part of the community, you feel close, you feel connected. And the idea is, you don't always have to call in to see what's going on in the bays, what's going on in the shop. Let's say you just want to do an oil change, you're in a meeting, but you can't make a phone call, but you got your tablet in front of you. You can pull it open, see what bay is going to be open for the next hour or two. And if you're a member already, you'll have a code, like an authorization to log in, plug a couple hours in, and come in after work and do what you got to do. And with that, we're going to just have a three-image slideshow that we're going to present here. Let me open it up and let me share. Make sure you guys see this here. All right. So what you're looking at here is let me stop this here. Okay. This is Super SaaS. This is we haven't paid for it yet, but this is the idea of what we're going to use for our bay reservation. In the top right, it'll be color coded by bays. Depending on how many bays you start out with, you can add more, whatever we need to do. And of course, a monthly calendar, a day calendar, whatever you do, agenda. And then the next thing is, okay, so I need to schedule oil change or whatever. I'm in a meeting. My name is Beth Rose. So I hop over to Super SaaS, go to the web page, which is the web page. You kind of create. You say, okay, this bay is open at this time. I'm going to create, this task. Granted, this is a rough draft, but this is what we're moving towards. Okay, it's going to take about 2 hours to do on my 95 ZX6R, and then I'm take the reservation, and then at that point, barring something crazy, a shop closing or something like that, you'll be reserved in that bay. And then, say later on, as the week gets closer, you start to look at your phone or your tablet or whatever, you look at your reservation, and you're, okay, now it's starting to fill up. You might see, okay, one of my buddies, Phil Sass, he's coming in. Well, I might want to come in an hour earlier just to talk with him and hang out and help him wrench, and then maybe he'll help me afterwards, right? You can see different classes. Okay, Motor Garage might have a demo of engine replacement, 6:30 to 9:30. I don't need to work on my bike, but I wouldn't mind coming in and watching it, right? So with this software, we can do a lot of neat things. Let me close it out here. We can do a lot of neat things with reserving bays. Reserving bays and then seeing what's going on in the garage at any time. You can see who's working on what, and you can also see when there's classes available. So it should be very accessible. And that's our current product we're leaning towards. Now that could change, but it's one we really like right now.
Definitely. No, and that's terrific. It's a unique problem. We're creating a business that's extremely unique. It's not the typical. And because of that, it's harder to find software that suits our needs. So we really think Super SaaS is. I think Mark's showing off his
I thought he was sponsored.
Mark's. Yeah, I think we're sponsored by Diet Mountain Dew there for a second. A little product placement. No, it's the Super SaaS software. We've vetted it. We've tried it, and it seems extremely user friendly. You can export it to your Gmail calendar. You can pay when you make the reservation. You can And another neat thing Mark mentioned was that if you see someone, let's say John's building a motorcycle from the ground up, and you're just fascinated with it, and you can look ahead and see on Friday that he's doing it. You just show up, and you can if he allows it, get in his face and watch him and see what he's doing. So I think it presents a lot neater, a lot cooler things than what you can see there. Also, when the site goes to operation, this will be integrated just how the calendar is now. We'll integrate it to a tab. The site right now is in design mode, but once we get out of design development mode, this will be integrated into the site, so you'll be able to see that. So no, Mark, thank you. That was terrific. And lastly, is Miss Katie over here? So she's got her update here.
Sure, absolutely. Hello all. So as Matt previously mentioned, I am in the beginning stages of year-end tax prep for our first official year of Motor Garage. So the website launched a couple of months ago, but keep in mind that we've been working on this for numerous months. Motor Garage became an LLC in April of 2014. So there's been quite a few behind-the-scenes activities taking place. But nonetheless, moving on to more exciting topics. Moto Brew.
The hot topic.
The hot topic.
This is a fun one. We apparently saved it for last to make sure everyone stays at the end of the meeting here.
That's right. That's right. So we were very fortunate to be able to link up with a friend and a master brewer located in Indy, or in Indianapolis, Indiana. So our friend serves as a master brewer, and he was able to work with us to create a recipe for a beer that we specifically like. So we went with a Belgian white ale, and on Sunday, December 7th, quite a few of us got together. We went through the process of understanding how beer is created, and then the intent for this beer will be to use it for upcoming events, development meetings here at the house, and then also special occasions as necessary. So that's just our thank you to the backers and to the community. So we really look forward to releasing that and sharing that, and hoping that everyone will enjoy. And the first batch will be available this weekend for pickup. So
very exciting.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's pictures on Facebook of you guys actually going there. Don't forget to mention that.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. If you want to see the process, what Katie said, we learned the process. We actually did it. We had a direct hand in how it operated. So you can actually see us, pour in, all the ingredients, boil it, and then pour in the hops, and then throw in the yeast and the fermenter at the end. And if you, it's hard to see from the pictures, but it's a lot of beer. We've got a lot of beer there, so we're very excited to pick up our first couple kegs, in a week or two. So if that's your style, if that's your thing, stay tuned. No, thank you, Katie.
Absolutely.
So that's gonna be something fun. And that's what we have for this meeting. Our goal is to keep this to about 30 minutes, the sub 30 minutes. As the community gets more involved, it's interesting. One of the things we can see, and I was hoping Lauren would mention it, but was the statistics on our website. It's really fun to watch all of our updates kind of increase in volume, that also have your participation. We've got people shooting us questions directly through Facebook, through email, through contact forums, and we want to say thank you. What you're doing, and I know sometimes we get the hesitant suggestions like, well, no offense, but you should do this, and there is no offense, because what you're doing is helping design what we're building, and your ideas are helping us in ways that aren't even presentable yet. We've got ideas, so many ideas in the back burner that you've suggested that are going to be, and a lot are coming to fruition very soon. So we want to thank you for being a part of what we're doing here. What we want to do is we're doing this for you. So that cooperation has been unbelievably fantastic so far. So with that being said, this is the end of meeting number 2. Thank you for joining us.
The next meeting?
The next meeting is, I believe we scheduled everything for the third Tuesday of every month. So the public meetings will be on the third Tuesday of every month, barring any big holidays or my birthday. They'll be the third Tuesday of every month. So we'll give you ample time. And there's also, one last thing was the Ride Chai event. The Ride Chai event, these public meetings, they're all on our calendar. So if you go to our calendar, you can see everything. You can click it. You can copy it. Mark made it so you can copy it to your Gmail calendar. You get notifications. So, you'll get bugged an hour in advance that their meeting is about to happen, so you better tune in, or you can watch it later, post. But yeah, all that's there. So, no, thank you very much, and we look forward to the next one and the next update. So, with that being said, thanks from me, everybody else.
See you guys.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
See you at the event.